Blog Radio.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are in the world today, I wish you well, and welcome back to Real Talk with Michaela. I'm your host, and today I am talking about a show called Expanding Your Horizons with the Diplomat Business Club. Today I've brought on the founder, Dr. Mansour to talk a little bit more about that club, why he started it, why it's important, and why you should even join. So welcome, Dr. Mansour. How are you doing today?
Good morning to you. Yes, I'm fine. Thank you for taking me on this program.
Most welcome. I'm so glad and honored to have you on here, that you took the time. And like I said, everyone listening, again, good afternoon, good morning, good night, because obviously we're making this happen. It's morning over here in Oklahoma. Mansour is over in Dubai. It's almost dinner time, so we're making this happen for y'all. So,
Particularly,
Dr. Mansour, I wanted to start off by asking you to share with the listeners just a little bit about yourself, who you are, and then we'll go into why we're even doing this today.
right. I become a lawyer, and this is always I wanted to be lawyer because in my nature it was that I help people, and most particularly people who are oppressed in different ways, so I can stand for them, and I did. And I'm very glad that I moved to London, and I started my practice over there. And there I had a client, lady client. She has no money, and I stood for her, and she was an abused wife. I claimed political asylum for her on the basis that the abused wife do form and do come within the definition of the Geneva Convention under the social groups, right, who are abused and like that. So the various stages, the immigration officer did not agree with me, but the immigration tribunal agreed with my big. This was the first time ever that somebody raised this, because normally there are social, political groups or religious persecution like this, but nobody brought this type of point. So the immigration officer agreed with, and the tribunal agreed with me, but the Home Office went to the appeal, and the appeal court rejected. And after we had only one, the opportunity left, that was House of Lords, which is the Supreme Court in Britain. And when we have to prepare, but I'm like yourself, I'm a fighter for the cause, and I will not give up. So I said, okay, I will go that. And in the refugee cases, normally these are funded private, from the government, various agencies, they fund them, the legal costs. And I went to because the specialist barrister who was going to represent her. So he said that, look, name was QC, Queen's Counsel. So he said that, Mansour, I agree with you in principle, but there is no such precedent. And if we lose this appeal, you have to pay all the costs, legal costs from your pocket.
Right.
I said to Nicholas that I believe in this cause, and I am prepared that to pay this money if I lose, but I feel I will not lose, rather I will win. He said, if you are that confident, I will go ahead. This is so we went. So the Court of Appeal, Supreme Court, the House of Lords, they heard the case, and after, in the late afternoon, they convened again, and they announced in our favor. They said, yes.
Wow! Oh, my gosh.
Do form a social group within the definition of the Geneva Convention. Oh, this was like a floodgate. I got interviewed by various channels, the radios, the European, various, I don't know how many was coming. And then thereafter, many actually won. After this, I was satisfied. That was the highest thing which I won. And then the life changes. I start getting a kind of dreams which were very, very strange. And I didn't know what they mean. They were doctoring type of thing, nightmares, various type. But I was perfectly fit, very young, and I never been to my GP doctor. So I went there, and there's a very, very kind lady doctor. She said, look, there's only file here. You never, walked in. So what's the problem? I said, I feel like this. I cannot sleep, and I'm getting this type of very, very drowning type of, the dreams, and I don't know what. And she took all my tests and called me next day. I went there. She said, you sound perfectly okay. Your health is no problem. What I feel, maybe you are spiritually awakening. That was the quite thing. And even at that stage, I didn't know what the spiritual awakening really means, right? But time start passing by, and then she advised me, look, I advise you go for a holiday because your job is very, very stressful, and take holiday for a few days. I thought this is the nearest country. I heard about Turkey, and I took 1 week holiday, all the paid, and the flight you cannot change, all those things. But I landed in Istanbul, in the world, and after I could not sleep whole night. The next day morning, I thought maybe the hotel is not good. So I changed another hotel. I couldn't sleep. Then I decided I'm going to go back to London. So what I did, I took a taxi, and to go to the airport to buy another ticket or whatever way I need to get out. Then in the way, because I read in the tourist guide that there is the place where the Rumi's resting place in Konya. I have no clue how far is Konya, where is Konya. I asked the taxi driver who couldn't speak English. I said that, okay, Rumi, I want to go. He said, yes, $100. I thought $100 means it is very close. It's not very far. So he took me. He started driving 2 hours gone. I got frightened. Maybe I'm kidnapped. Where he's taking me? I'm asking him. He's not. He cannot speak. He just by signs he's telling me just little way more. Ultimately, I called one friend, Turkish in London, that this is what's happening. He said, my friend, the Konya is 7 hours from Istanbul, so this will take time. I said, but he asked me only $100, which are very cheap for my, for London, point of view.
Right.
He said, oh, but the Turkey is a difference. Anyway, I landed there at night time. In the morning, I visited the tomb of Rumi. I felt so satisfied, so content. I thought I told.
Sir, before we go forward, and just in case listeners don't know or didn't catch what you said, who you're seeing or who you went to visit, you said Rumi.
Yes.
And who is Rumi, if nobody knows who Rumi is?
Yes, I will explain a little bit. After this, from there, spending 2-3 hours, I felt very satisfied. I took another taxi to go to Ankara Airport, which was closer 1.5 hours. So then the enter to airport, I see any airlines, I ask the information that please get me ticket by any cost. I want to go back to London. So I bought another ticket. I came back, and I remember it was 12 o'clock. Then I felt somebody is talking to me, invisible personality, and advised me. I followed that advice, and I felt so light, so peaceful. All my burden, all my anxiety is gone. Now, Rumi, you asked who is Rumi. Rumi was originally from his father, was a great scholar, religious, a Muslim scholar, not this type of extremist type of people, but the Sufi type of person. At the time, it was maybe in the 7th century, they migrated from the Central Asia to the Turkey, which was in the Anatolia, the area where they moved, and established like a college, and established that happened. For Darwish, Rumi's father died, so he succeeded him on the teaching assignments. But he was very popular. He's a great scholar. Everybody respect him. He was nice. So one day he was walking through the streets and just going home, and his books were on the back of a mule, and one wandering Darwish type person confronted him, and he asked him, "Oh, I have a question. You are the great scholar of this area." He said, "Okay, what is your question?" Rumi looking down at him, "Look, this man looks just like a beggar. So what question you have?" He said that, okay, he asked a question, very serious question about the universe and the spiritualism. Rumi was confused. He had no answer. And while he was pondering and considering his question, he took his books, this Darwish person, and threw them into the water. Rumi got very angry with him and annoyed. And he said, "Oh, what did you do? All my treasure, you have drowned it." He said, "What's the use of this treasure that they cannot answer one question? You want this treasure back." Rumi was more mad. "From where you will give me back? This is in the water, all soaked." He just put his hand in the water, brought the books back. They were dry. No, Rumi surprised. He asked, "Who are you?" He said, "I am the one who has questioned, who has the answer." So then Rumi said, "Please be my guest," and took him to his house. And there they have 40 days meeting, and those 40 days are now written as the 40 rules of divine love. And that is
very nice.
You see, spread. That was the reason I just visited, and I got relieved from all the burdens which I was feeling at that time. My tiredness is gone. I become fresh man. Then I found my direction, and I thought that, okay, I will pursue that path of it. After this all, I got only one son, and he is brilliant, and like every father, I loved him very much, and he was my only thing in my life that I must be careful. So I didn't want to neglect him, but I wanted to run away from the worldly affairs and the practice and everything, and go in some kind of a lodge where I become like a Sufi monk type person who just concentrate on Sufism. And I actually did this, but I did it after a long time when he got a little older, so he was the marriageable age, so I got him very quickly married, and my responsibility was over, so I handed over whatever I had little bit. So settled him, and I left in the spiritual journey. There I spent few years, and I learned in various ways, and then I come back to Dubai. Actually, I had no plan to get back into the normal life, but God has a different plan, so he brought me back over here, and then I started, and now I created a balance between the materialistic life and the spiritual life. We are either completely material or we are completely spiritualist. So they don't happen, stop everything and do. But God has showed me the way where we can create a balance, that we be good human being, loving and caring, spiritual, God-fearing, and caring and kind, compassionate, and at the same time we are earning our bread and butter.
I agree, Mansour. I completely agree.
In Dubai, this what happens again. My son was he was a lawyer as well, young. Then he started doing some program on TVs, and during his very young age, he had some diplomatic type of the responsibility. Under this time, I always wanted to publish a magazine. Sometime it should be law magazine, sometime different, but it was somewhere in the back of mind. While he become this type of diplomatic activities, and I in Dubai meeting lots of diplomats and people, and even in London I was meeting diplomats, I thought, why not to publish a magazine called Diplomat? And then I applied for the license and permissions. So I got it, and about more than 9 years ago we started it, Diplomat magazine, International Diplomat magazine, which is not a money-making machine, but it is like a very good social diplomatic type of magazine, where we covered the activities. I don't enter into the politics. I enter into the peace, love, and diplomatic messages. When I say diplomatic messages, I believe in Sir Winston Churchill, his great saying. He said that diplomacy is an art.
So then how...
You tell to a person in such a way to go to hell that he books the next flight.
Oh my God, I've heard that saying, and that is so funny. Yes, it is. I think I've posted that quote before. Yes. So that was the start of it, is you starting the Diplomat magazine. How did it transpire into the club?
Yes. When this was, magazine was going on, and then I thought, why not to have a meeting? Then idea came that we should have a Diplomat business club where we invite the diplomats and the business people and government officials, and they get together and they, start networking, and maybe this will benefit to many people. Again, the idea was not to make money, rather to provide a platform to the people that they do it. And this is out of my passion. I'm doing it now for the 5 years in Dubai. And then what we did that once, a few years back, we published in our magazine the Queen of Britain. We put her picture on the front page because this was her Jubilee year. So that magazine arrived in the Buckingham Palace. And the next thing that I was surprised that this is such a great queen that I got a letter of appreciation that we are doing this and we have published this and thank you and all that. And then I got an invitation later on behalf of the Queen. One MP, Mr. Andrew Rosendale, presented me a certificate of appreciation on behalf of Queen for my activities. So this was a great reward for me, so more than any amount of money. So I was very happy. And then I started in London as well, Diplomat Business Club. And what we do, and now we are quite popular because people, in the beginning, people think that what we have to pay, and when people coming without paying and meeting each other,
right.
Top business people, they gather, diplomats, government officials, and they got surprised that how somebody can do like this. But it gives me the satisfaction inside that I'm connecting people. I am doing something useful, other people benefit. And this is what I understood from the great teachings of the Prophet. The Holy Jesus said that, okay, if somebody slaps you, give him the other side. It is just it's a way of saying it. And the Prophet Muhammad said, if you can do better things, do with two hands for them. And never harm anybody. So this type of things, make you more happy spiritually, and you feel satisfied. If any amount of money I get, I can never be satisfied. Money is not my subject. Money is only a need for your bread and butter, paying your rent or your bills. That's it. It should not be more. Today's our world. We all are running after money. Money should be serving us. But no, we are running day and night. Total objective is money. Objective should not be. We must earn money to live comfortably, but it should not be the motive and the aim and objective of our life. Our objective should be to help people, to create peaceful atmosphere, to create opportunities for our other brothers and sisters who are suffering. We should be looking for other people. This is what makes me happy, and this is how the total objective of the Diplomat Business Club and Diplomat Business Magazine. So everybody feels happy. Ambassadors, consul generals, diplomats, they get the magazine, they are happy, they are getting it free, and then they get this opportunity. Now today's world, I tell you what it is. Today's world is diplomacy has become this is where Diplomat Club is providing a platform which creates which gives the opportunities to people to do the diplomacy, through trade, through business. So this is where when you do the business and trade, you become more careful. You avoid fighting. You avoid arguments. Rather, you want friendships. So this is motive is that even people are coming to our meetings from United States. They are coming from Europe, from Italy, from France, from Monaco, everywhere in London they are coming. Even in Dubai they're coming. Bahrain we did it. There people are coming and they're waiting, asking that they want to come. Because they know this is the platform is not taking money or tickets, or they are not selling anything to us. Rather, they are providing us an appeal. And I get so many good emails and messages. People are thanking us. So this is the whole. I think my explanation is sufficient on this subject. And no, you can ask me another question.
Thank you, Mansour. Yes. Well, what I love about it, well, first of all, I'm just going to be real, like you know I am. Like, you know, when I think about lawyers, at least lawyers nowadays, I don't always think about that they are honest or that they're thinking about peace and love. That is not the first thing that comes to my brain. But what I think is so amazing is that you took all of your experiences in your life and it still led you down a spiritual journey, which I think all of us are on. That, I mean, some people, okay, they don't believe in God or whatever. That's fine. But I'm saying I think majority of us feel some kind of calling or some kind of deep inner searching for what matters. And I just love that, you know, you came to that, and this is one of the gifts that you brought to the world is the Diplomat magazine and the Diplomat Business Club. And, you know, and like you said, there is a balance between the spiritual and the material world, and how do you blend the two and walk in that life? I myself have had my own experience already in that journey, and it's not an easy walk to walk, and I'm still walking it. So I just want to say thank you very much for creating it, and I like that you are not charging any money for this. So just to clarify, Mansour, so basically, so even though it doesn't cost anything to join, correct?
Yes. It's a free membership.
Okay.
Yes. And people from Eastern Europe, that people who are running businesses, are providing services, or any technical or other things they have, they can offer to other members of the community or the nations. Like the Europeans, they have lots of knowledge in technology, so they can come and give it to the Arab world, and the Arab world have the money, so they can find the investors in the Western European world or other places like this. So mutually they can benefit, and this is where we are connecting them. But we the spirit is that we are human beings. We are brother and sister, whatever color, whatever faith, whatever the language we speak, or whichever country we come from. We are we are children of Adam, and we are a brother and sister. And that way, we have our essence is the body, and the other essence, the main important thing is the soul, spirit, which we are neglecting. Our essence is our spiritual self, which self is hidden from us, and we do feel everybody, but we neglect it. And if we just be a little bit conscientious about our this inner self, or the soul, or the spiritual essence, our life will change. We need to create a balance in that. And when we think on those lines, right, then there is no hatred, then only compassion, then only the kindness, only help. This is where we become the crown of the creation. God created it. It doesn't matter a person what he or she like, but for it. This is their way, whatever their understanding is. It's not my business to convert anybody or convince anybody. This is their choice, whatever they understand. And our choice is this, that we should be good, we should be understanding and tolerant towards everybody. That's it. And we try to create opportunities, not for ourselves, but for the others, that people benefit. When I see on this platform, very recently, last month, we did it in London, and in the Parliament, again, we were provided the platform there. People from Italy were there, from the Slovenia. I don't know how many countries the people were there. Arabs, from Bahrain, from UAE, from India, from Pakistan. Many peaceful nationalities were there. And they were so happy. Everybody was grateful. So this gives you the great satisfaction. I cannot buy this satisfaction with any amount of money. And nobody can buy it. The whole purpose of the money or richness, if you are very rich, you cannot sleep. You don't have good health. What's the use of this money? But when you guys are happy, you are satisfied. That's it. Your health is good. Your mind is good. Your body is good. You are happy.
Right.
Happiness is most important. We cannot buy it, but we can only get it through our actions, through our health, through our care, through our kindness to the other human beings. That's it. And I think the country which I love the most is Great Britain. And I've seen this compassion with the people that systems needed anywhere. And that is the reason that God provided the chance to this country to rule from the United States to Australia to everywhere, and they left the best legacy behind. They did not do just loot everything and run away. No, they set the legal systems, other systems, the government systems, they left there. This India, Pakistan, all these countries, they have the legal courts, they have the court system. This is thanks to Great Britain. This is their legacy. They left it behind. Institution they established. So this is how the world is, you see, progressing today. And that's why I want to do more on that basis to serve the humanity wherever they are. They are my brothers, sisters. I love Americans. I love Canadians. I love Australians. I love Africans. I love Asians. Anybody. Nobody is my enemy. I'm not thinking those bases. And this is, I think, the diplomacy. We need peace. We need love. And weapon of love is more powerful than any bullets and guns. This is what I believe. And we don't need wars. We don't need fights. We need peace. And this is what I will keep doing it as long as I am alive.
Amen. However you want to say that, Mansour. I just wanted to say thank you very much again for coming on and just taking the time today to let everybody know about the Diplomat Business Club and the Diplomat magazine. I wanted to let you say your last words, Mansour, before we go. But I just wanted to let everybody know the websites you can go on to check these out are www.diplomatbusinessclub.com or www.thediplomatmagazine.com, and that is on the show description. But anyways, Mansour, we've got a few more minutes before you go. I just wanted to see if you had anything else that you want to share with the listeners.
I will just only say to them that please don't feel shy. Any part of the world, in the Arab world, in UAE, Dubai, Bahrain, these countries, if you want to do any business, you want to do investment, you want to introduce your services or products, do contact us. Whenever we have an event in Dubai or Bahrain or London, we will send you invitation free of charge. You come, join, and try your luck. That is it, what we can offer.
I love that. Aw. Well, thank you. I wholeheartedly feel the invitation, and I just wanted to say thank you for that. Definitely feel the love.
Yes, you are most welcome to come any of our events. I hope that one day you will physically attend our events.
I hope to see that part of the world next summer. Well, I just wanted to say thank you, Mansour, for all the love that you share. We have a very common bond in that we both want to help the world bring more peace, more love, more light, and this is one of the ways that we do that. So I do it through my shows, you do it through the magazine and the club, and that's a great start right there. So brother, my friend, you have a great rest of your listeners. You do the same. Have fun wherever you are. Take care. Big hugs. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
God bless. Bye-bye.